Unit 2. Words and expressions. Title: Ham, eggplant, pine, pineapple, sculpt, sculpture, seasick, airsick, carsick, homesick, opposing, behavior, confusing, capitalized, unique, burn up, burn down, alarm, reflect, creativity, visible, wind up, creative, type, come across, unfamiliar, contact, organization, likely, subway, highway, motorway, gas, petrol, apartment, flat, elevator, context, addition, forum, resource, misadventure, remind, rather, comment, frog, throat, have a frog in one's throat, downtown, boot, entrance, section, exit, actually, downstairs, wicked, odd, negative, error, intend, informal, recognize, base, aware, be aware of.
Exploring English, pages 14 and 15. Neither pine nor apple in pineapple.
Have you ever asked yourself why people often have trouble learning English? I hadn't, until one day my 5-year-old son asked me whether there was ham in a hamburger. There isn't. This made me realize that there's no egg in eggplant either. Neither is there pine nor apple in pineapple. This got me thinking how English can be a crazy language to learn. For example, in our free time, we can sculpt a sculpture and paint a painting, but we take a photo. And when we are traveling, we say that we are in the car or the taxi, but on the train or bus. While we're doing all this traveling, we can get seasick at sea, airsick in the air, and carsick in a car, but we don't get homesick when we get back home. And speaking of home, why aren't homework and housework the same thing? If hard is the opposite of soft, why are hardly and softly not an opposing pair? If harmless actions are the opposite of harmful actions, why are shameless and shameful behaviors the same? When we look out of the window and see rain or snow, we can say, "It's raining," or "It's snowing." But when we see sunshine, we can't say, "It's sunshining." Even the smallest words can be confusing. When you see the capitalized WHO in a medical report, do you read it as the WHO in Who's That? What about IT and US? You also have to wonder at the unique madness of a language in which a house can burn up as it burns down. in which you fill in a form by filling it out, and in which an alarm is only heard once it goes off. English was invented by people, not computers, and it reflects the creativity of the human race. That is why, when the stars are out, they are visible, but when the lights are out, they are invisible. And that is why, when I wind up my watch, it starts, but when I wind up this passage, it ends.
Unit 2, pages 20 and 21. Misadventures in English.
Last week, our forum asked if you had any funny or strange stories about using English. We didn't expect to get so many posts. Here are some of our favourites to remind us that some of the English we learn in the classroom is rather different from the English in the outside world.
Yancy.
People say that the British always play safe with what they eat. Not true. I went to a summer school in Manchester, and my English teacher was called Maggie. One day, a different teacher took our class. He told us that Maggie couldn't teach that day, 'cause she had a frog in her throat. Poor Maggie. But why did she try to eat such a big frog?
Sophie.
When I first visited New York, I went to a downtown shopping centre to buy some winter boots. At the information desk at the entrance, I asked a lady where the shoe section was. She said that it was on the first floor. So, I went up to the first floor, but couldn't find any shoes. I decided to leave. When I was looking for the exit, I saw that shoes were actually sold downstairs on the ground floor, not the first floor. Why did she give me the wrong information?
Julian.
I've got an English pen friend who I finally got to meet in London this summer. He had told me that his grandfather was really wicked. But when I met his grandfather, I liked him a lot. I found it very odd. Why did my friend use a negative word about such a nice man?
Zheng Shu. The British must have really high standards. I was part of a students' exchange program between a university in England and my university in China. I spent days preparing and writing my first English paper. I knew I had done a good job and was looking forward to getting a positive comment. When I got the paper back, I found my teacher had written the comment, "Not bad." Not bad? But there weren't any errors in my paper.